Szia! Üdvözöllek a csatornán! Én Rocker Bullet vagyok, és ezúttal a Hogwarts Legacy végigjátszásba csöppentél bele, amihez varázslatos időtöltést szeretnék kívánni. Ha tetszett a videó, akkor kérlek dobd meg egy lájkkal, hogyha még nem tetted meg, és érdekel a munkásságom, akkor nagyra értékelem, hogyha feliratkozol a csatornára, és kérlek, oszd meg véleményedet a megjegyzés szekcióban. Előre is elnézést szeretnék kérni, hogyha krákogni fogok, valami nyavaja elkezdte megenni a torkomat. És miután átadtam ezt az információt, szerintem menjünk is az első hivatalos óránkra Hogwartsban. Na, csókolom a kezit.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Nincs álmodom róla, de még mindig nem tartok ott. Még mindig nem kaptam meg a levelet a
You
bagolytól.
only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success.
Jó,
Here you are.
kaptam könyvet. Azt hiszem a tankönyvem sem ért vele egyet, hogy tanulnom kell.
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test.
Oké, szóval ez a könyv ez nagyon fontos. Ez a haladásunkat fogja segíteni, meg egyebek.
The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore.
Revelio.
Oké, szóval ilyen lapokat tudunk gyűjtögetni. Jó, ez nagyon szuper, de haladni is szeretnék. Mit szólsz hozzá? Okay, szóval itt lehet majd ilyen kinézeteket kapni. Skineket, ha úgy tetszik.
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle. Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Igen, az irányítás. Tehát ez lesz majd a gyors utazás. Ugye ez a kék láng, ezt használják igazából a filmben is, csak ott ugye nem a kéményen keresztül. Hogy is hívják? A kandallon keresztül utaznak, ugye? És ugyanez a porszerű dolog van filmben is, és akkor ilyen zöld lángokkal elteleportál ide-oda.
These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive, our King's Cross station, so to speak.
Központja mindennek.
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
Igen, tehát ott eldönthetjük, hogy beszélünk-e a történtekről a professzornak, vagy nem. Hát megígértük a Fignek, hogy nem fogunk beszélni róla, na most itt attól függ, hogy bízunk-e benne, vagy nem. Én nekem amúgy elég. Szerintem bízhatunk benne.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class
És ez
myself.
vicces volt,
Might
ugye,
I
hogy meg
rely
annyi
on you,
utazási
Professor Fig,
lehetőség
to
van,
explain the
és mi
details
mégis
of
azt
the field
választottuk,
guide's
hogy
map?
egy sárkánnyal
Thank you.
találkozunk szembe az úton, és akkor erre neki volt egy frappáns válasza, hogy hát
Good luck today.
nem mi választottuk a
And
sárkányt,
remember
inkább
to
a sárkány
use
választott
your
minket.
field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Szenzációs. Na, Mr. Fig.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
I did my best, but I'm fairly certain she suspects that we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Hát,
Understood,
headmaster annyira nem,
Good. Now,
nem szimpatikus.
as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Oké. Na, milyen küldetésről is van szó? Igen, tehát hogy a sárgák azok a fő küldetések, a sárgák alakattal azok nyilván a lezárt küldetések, ahhoz kell szint, vagy valamilyen tárgy, vagy egy varázslat. Jó.
The map is enchanted
az
to
egyik.
help you find your way.
This will be
Egyik
incredibly
küldetést.
helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Ezt én is több helyen olvastam, hogy jobb, hogyha kikapcsoljuk ezeket a képernyőn látható térképeket, meg ilyesmiket, sokkal élethűbb lesz a játék, mivel hogy egyébként ezzel a mechanikával, amit az előbb is láthattatok, hogy mutatja az utat ez a könyvecske. Igazából könnyen el lehet navigálni mindenhova.
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Na, szóval az első óránkon akkor megtanuljuk a levitációs varázst.
Levioso!
Nyilván a karakterünknek egyből sikerül minden.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with a basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is weak.
Hogy már automatikusan betett elnézést.
So, good. Now, the basic. Well done. Well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a
Oh,
proper
yeah.
Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Rendben. Az első komolyabb összetűzés.
Lucky. Nothing lucky about it. This must be your first duel. Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
I do just like dueling.
Teljesen úgy nézett ki egyébként, mint a
Not
filmben.
bad for a beginner.
Malfoy és
give as
Harry
good as
Potter,
you get.
emlékeztek, ugyanígy az asztalon volt. Elég jó volt egyébként.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Ravenclaw.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I've dueled enough.
Mondjad neki az igazat,
Consider
hogy
yourself lucky I
volt
held
már
back.
néhány
Fair
harcom.
enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent.
White-ról van
Knew
szó,
I was right about you.
mindenféleképpen.
If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good.
Szóval ő lesz a rossz
Pleasure
fiú,
chatting
úgy
with
érzem az
you. I'm
iskolában.
sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested. Till next time.
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Róka.
Hello,
Hogy hívnak?
I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to year 5 of charms.
Az űrge elég
This
érdekes.
will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now everyone please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now.
Na,
My, the summer
a
months
lány
must have
megpróbált
really taken
segíteni
a toll on you
arányosan.
all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm?
Bajok vannak.
Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Na. Még egy varázslat. Akio.
Accio.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
Kimegyünk a jégre játszani.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a
Quidditch az
bit of
nincs, szóval
sport
most így
to
jártak.
put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? Yeah. So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
Baromi vicces ez a...
Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Accio. Now, think of this like... Very good. That's it.
Hát az eléggé határon van, fogalmam sincs, hogy az hány pontot ér.
Excellent control there. Very good. Points to Ravenclaw. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up.
Na, akkor most ez is dueling lesz.
You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Oké.
Yes,
Szóval
sir.
akkor a kék labdákat kell behúznom. Neki meg a pirosakat. Ki fog kezdeni?
That is how it's done.
Hát nem mondod?
Splendid!
Let us see this.
Azért jól nyomja a nő, várjál.
Brilliant. Watch this. Phew.
Nyilván ez valószínűleg így van kitalálva. Hogy nyerni tudj.
Accio. Don't lose your composure.
Hát ez csúnya volt.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
Aha.
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it.
Hát jól elrontottam az
This
utolsót.
round settles it all.
Be sharp. There we go.
Accio.
Egyet azért meg kéne nyerni.
That's it.
Mondjuk azt, hogy ez duplának számít, hogyha ezt megnyerem, jó? És akkor az előző nem számít, mert ez nehezebb. Hova húzgálja ezeket a labdákat? Oké, ez jó, ez jó.
Nicely done. Watch this.
Figyelek, majd kigúvad a szemem.
That is how it's done.
Hát már alapból nyertem, szóval... Várok, ha az elindul... Nem, most. Ne, könyörgöm.
A perfect score.
Jó.
Remarkable.
Na, nyertem. Ráadásul tökéletes pontszámmal, szóval az előző nem számít.
Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
Nagyon aranyos vagy. Legyünk aranyosak
good to
vele, na.
hear.
Ő is aranyos
It's a
volt.
lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year.
Hogy honnan?
My mother received an offer
Hogy
to
micsoda?
teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Szóval akkor ismered a fekete párduszt is?
Well, it's been nice talking and competing with you.
And with you. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Na hát ez aranyos volt, köszönöm
You
szépen.
can use Accio on humans, if you're so inclined.
Well, you'd be using it on clothing, to be precise, Bastian. You know it won't work on humans.
Nem tudom, arról beszélgettek,
A
hogy
word, if
emberen
you
is
would.
lehet-e használni az Acciót, vagy sem. Vagy valami hasonló. Nem figyeltem az
You
elejét.
wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Akkor ő is ad nekünk valami.
Hello. How was your first day coming along?
Nagyon szenzációs volt, köszönöm szépen a kérdésedet. Innen fogjuk folytatni majd a következő résszel. Köszönöm szépen, hogy velem tartottál, és találkozunk a következő videóban természetesen. Én Rocker Bullet voltam, legyetek jók, vagy rosszak. Sziasztok, sziasztok, sziasztok! Ups.